Morning. I'm just trying to get some fresh air before we start our practice together today. Also using this time to finish my pre-movement cocktail. I like a little bit of pre-workout and creatine before most of my movement practices. Today we're going to work on opening the hips, the shoulders, the core, lengthening the back of the legs, a little bit of everything. So when you're ready, if you've got 2 blocks and a strap, that could be useful. If not, no worries. I'll see you on your mat in a few. Fun fact, I wrote this flow yesterday when we were on an airplane and I wanted to be anywhere but there. So these are the things I would be doing if I wasn't sitting down traveling all day long. We'll start on our mats. Grab your knees, roll onto your back, and we'll find Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So bring the feet of your soles together and then pull them in towards the center of your body, and then just begin to open your hips and let them fall towards the floor. Your knees are also dropping towards the floor. If this feels uncomfortable for you and you have some props, you can take a block and put 1 block underneath each leg, which brings the floor a little bit closer to you and allows your legs something to just fall to, something to relax on. I invite you to have arms either open to the sides. This is nice because it encourages the back of the shoulders to fall heavy onto the mat. And just take a few settling breaths here in and out through the nose. As you exhale, notice where your body's beginning to soften. Relax your face, your ears, and take one more breath here, in and out through the nose. And a big, long exhale. On the next inhale, roll the bottoms of your feet towards the mat. Remove any props if you've used them. And we'll find a half happy baby. This is where if you have a strap, it could come in useful. Relax your left leg to the ground. And if you don't have a strap, you are just going to work towards finding the bottom sole of your foot. If you don't have this accessible, you can do your ankle, your shin, or anything. And we're going to work to pull that right knee towards the right armpit. If you do have a strap, it helps to put it under your foot. And then you can use one or both hands to, again, just draw that right knee towards the right armpit. The bottom part of your right foot is stamped up like you're holding the ceiling. And take a few breaths in and out through the right groin. If that knee is trying to fall towards the outside of the mat, you can even use your right bicep to pull that knee in towards the center line of your body as we encourage the right knee to fall towards the right armpit. And on an exhale, release that strap if you have it. Keep the right knee in towards you as you pull the left knee up to meet it. A quick little tug on both knees and let the right leg go long. And we'll take half happy baby on the left. So again, a strap or any point of contact that you have with your body to encourage that left knee to fall towards the left armpit. My left bicep is holding my knee in also so it doesn't try to flare towards the outside. It just really encourages a different kind of openness along the underside of my leg, my hip, my groin. Breathing in and out through the nose. on an exhale, release your props if you have them. Pull the left knee in towards the center of your body, right knee comes up to meet it. Give yourself a little squeeze, and then we will roll over onto our stomachs. Preparing for baby cobra. Thumbs are going to come in towards your armpits. Place your hands on the mat and then pull your elbows towards the center line of your body. So we don't want to have them out here. Pull them in tight and then pull the shoulders away from your ears. As you inhale, press into the palms of your hands and drag, like you're dragging the palms of your hands back towards your feet. So as you inhale, as you press through the palms, your chest will naturally begin to peel off the mat. And just find that baby cobra. Only the chest is lifted. Keep pulling those elbows together, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And take one more breath here. And on an exhale, extend through the arms. We'll find puppy pose. Walk the hands out a little bit further forward. Stack your knees over your hips, and then allow your chest to just drop towards the ground. If your forehead finds the ground, that's great. If your forehead doesn't quite find the ground, you can get a block. Just have some point of something to rest your head on. And then once you have contact with your head and the ground, just let your shoulders begin to drop. Drop your chest towards the ground, and you're going to find more openness in your upper back. If your forehead's on the ground and you have more space, you can begin to lift the chin, maybe the chest will find the ground. And deep breaths here to open the shoulders. One more breath. On the exhale, gently walk your hands back underneath you into tabletop position. Shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. Bring that left arm just a little bit closer towards your center line of your body. Pull the right arm up tall, and on an exhale, let's thread the needle, and right ear, comes to the mat. Long, steady breaths in and out through the nose. One more here. On an exhale, the left hand comes back underneath you. Roll the right arm up and switch sides. Left arm comes up tall, and on an exhale, pull it in through the body and bring the left ear to the mat. Two more breaths. Last breath. And on an exhale, extend the right arm underneath you. Left arm comes up tall, and return to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes under here and shift your hips up towards the ceiling and press back into your downward facing dog. First down dog, allow a great bend in your knees, and then just begin to gently lengthen and bend one leg at a time, finding space behind your legs, space in your shoulders. As you gaze at your big toes and you bring your chest closer to your shins. Once you've found your depth for the moment, you can begin to start dropping your heels towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. And on an inhale, just shorten your stance a little bit and widen your back feet so that the edges of your feet fall in line with the edges of your mat. We're in a short stance, downward facing dog.
Left hand is going to stay on the mat. Take your right hand, grab the outside of your right ankle and twist. If you shift your hips a little bit further towards the right, you're going to find a little bit more stretch in your IT bands. Exhale, switch your hands, right hand on the mat, left hand grabs the right ankle and twist. Hips go to the left. One more breath. And on an exhale, bring both hands out in front of you. Shift the toes to the outside of the mat and drop down into your yogi squat. Make any adjustments here that you need, and then find stillness as you roll your weight onto the outside of your pinky toes, really pressing your weight towards the back of the mat as your heels press down and your knees also head towards the back of the mat. Lift the chest up tall. Take a few breaths. And then release your hands to the mat. Shift your toes to face forward. Keep your legs wide. Bend your knees greatly. Allow your torso to fall onto your legs. And find ragdoll pose, one of my favorite poses. Maybe sway side to side. Roll some circles with your head. Switch the grip of your arms if you have your elbows. Any additional movement here that feels good to you, and then when you're ready, find stillness. Again, relax the shoulders, relax the face. Let the hands fall to the mat, heel toe your feet together, and we will roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your shoulders come up close to your ears. Your head's the last to follow. And then on an exhale, let those shoulders fall down your back. Tuck your tailbone under, press through all four corners of your feet. Hands fall to the side. Maybe close your eyes here as you find stillness in a strong mountain pose. On an inhale, open your eyes. Let's walk towards the front of the mat. And we'll start with our sun A. So inhale, arms come up. Reach them up tall. Crown is tall. Exhale, bending at the hips, forward fold with a soft knee. Inhale, step back to plank. Lower your body all the way to the ground. Untuck the toes. Press through the palms. Inhale for cobra. And tuck the toes. Push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look at your hands. Hop, step, or float. Feet between the hands. Come up for halfway lift. And fold. Coming all the way up with straight arms. Just reach up tall. Reach the crown tall. Exhale, fold at the hip crease. Forward fold. Inhale for plank. Exhale. Drop all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale, push back, lift the hips. Inhale, look at your hands, feet between your hands. Come up for your half and fold. Coming up with straight arms. And fold at the hips. Inhale for plank. Exhale all the way to the mat. Press through the palms. Inhale for cobra. Tuck the toes under, push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look at your hands. Hop, step, or float. Come up for your half lift. And fold. Coming all the way up. Straight arms, last sun A. Exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, step back for a strong plank. Exhale, lower gently. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, push up. Inhale, look at your hands, hop, step, or float. Come up for your half lift and fold. Coming all the way up again with straight arms, just reach them up tall, reach the crown tall, and exhale, hands to prayer position. Allow the shoulders to fall down the back. Again, I invite you to close your eyes, take a few settling breaths here. As we begin to get some blood flow moving throughout our body. One more breath. Inhale, open the eyes, chair pose. So if this is our first chair together, first start by looking down. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. And then if you have any more depth in you can begin to sit back more. Your hands can be out in front of you. If you want a little bit more work in the shoulders, they can be up by your ears, even behind your ears, or just pull them into a prayer position. One more breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, peel it up. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back. Inhale, look at your hands, feet between your hips. Come up for your half lift and fold. Listen for a change here after chair. So inhale for chair. Exhale, step back with your left foot, warrior one. Look up. Inhale for chair, hands come to prayer. Exhale, step back with your right foot, warrior one. Look up. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. And lower to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, push back. Inhale, look at your hands, hop, step, or float. Come up for your half lift and fold. Inhale, chair pose. Step back with your right, warrior one. Inhale for chair. Step back with your left, warrior one. Inhale for chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to plank. You could do a chaturanga instead. You can take an up dog instead of a cobra. And push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at your hands, hop, step, or float. Come up for your half lift and hold. Listen for another transition. Inhale, chair pose. This time step back with your right, warrior one. You may take a couple of seconds here to really focus on your alignment, bringing that right hip forward, the left hip back. Inhale, exhale, open your stance, find your warrior two. Inhale, lift that front heel, reverse warrior. Exhale, drop that front foot and find extended side angle. You can grab a block here too and put it underneath that bottom hand. Inhale, Skandasana to the front of your mat. We won't be here for long. 2 breaths. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. 2 breaths. Inhale, star pose, my favorite. Open up your feet, exhale, squat down. 2 breaths. Inhale, star pose, maybe lift the heels. Exhale, squat down, heels high, 2 breaths. Inhale, star pose. Heels high if you can. If not, okay to drop the heels. Find your squat and pulse for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels if they're lifted. Inhale, star pose. Turn the feet forward. Open the arms out wide. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Bring the weight into the toes. You can begin to walk your hands back so that they're in line with your feet. And just let the head hang heavy. It might even find the ground. Take a couple breaths here. One more. On an exhale, walk your hands towards your front foot to pyramid pose. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle and your front knee is soft. And then just work to bring your nose towards your shin. Left hip goes back, right hip's coming forward. On an inhale, feet come together, forward fold. And with a soft knee, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bring your shoulders up next to your ears. As you lift your head, drop your shoulders. Hands come to prayer position. 2 breaths. Maybe close your eyes. All right, other side, if your eyes are closed, open your eyes. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, warrior 1, step back with your left foot. Couple breaths here to get your alignment. Maybe look up. And on an exhale, warrior 2. Pull that left shoulder back. Settle in, 2 breaths. Now maybe lift that front heel. Reverse your warrior. Pressing that front heel high. Reach back with the right hand. And on an exhale, extended side angle, grabbing a block if that feels good. Pull the left arm over the left ear and begin to look up. On an exhale, find Skandasana to the front of your mat. Press that bent knee back. Lift these toes high. And on an inhale, big move here, warrior 2 to the back of your mat. One more breath. And pull both feet forward. Star pose. Open the feet out wide and settle in to your squat. 2 breaths. Inhale, maybe lift your heels. Exhale, squat down. I'm getting unsteady. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, squat down. I lost my balance. And pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, star pose. Open your arms out wide. Lift the chest. And exhale, fold at the hips into your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, find pyramid pose at the top of your mat, shifting your right foot forward, back foot is at a 45-degree angle, your right knee is soft. As you pull your nose closer to your shin, really pushing that right hip back. And on the next exhale, feet come together in a forward fold. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Hands come together in prayer position. Okay, let's try and flow that through. One time each side, breath to movement. Maybe one big inhale and an open mouth exhale. Okay, seal the lips. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse it, pop that heel. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. And star pose. Inhale, open up wide. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. A little different here. Exhale, fold. Arms come out wide to the side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the mat. Cartwheel it out. Stay in your low lunge and pull that right foot to the front. Forward fold. Rolling all the way up. Hands come to center. A big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Breath out. Other side, inhale for chair. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, pop the heel, reverse. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, star pose. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, wide, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And find your warrior two. Cartwheel it out, low lunge. Feet come together, forward fold. Let's hang out here for a second, our forward fold. Bend the knees, maybe walk them gently. And then find stillness. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing your hands back to a prayer position. A few settling breaths in and out. And let's open our eyes and we will head to our mats. Find a seat. Remove any excess flesh from underneath your sits bones. Maybe shake your legs out so that they're nice and loose. I don't want any tension here in the legs. We're not going to do any gripping. Find stillness in the legs and then maybe slightly bend them. From here, sit up tall. Sometimes we have to remember to shift our shoulders back over our hips. Pull the hands up tall. Release the shoulders from away from the ears, moving the biceps again back towards the ears. Inhale, reach tall, reach the crown of the head tall. Exhale, fold. I'm folding from my hips. So as you're reaching and folding and reaching and folding, that bent knee will eventually grab the torso. Once you've made contact between your torso and your legs, you can begin to soften and eventually maybe curl your nose in towards either your shins or your knees. And just enjoy this seated forward fold. On an inhale, extend the arms long and pull the belly in tight towards the lower spine. Inhale, look with a flat back. Arms come up with the body. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Release the legs. Maybe give them a little shake again. Keep the right leg long. Left knee comes in. Let the left hand drop behind you. Right arm comes up. And pull that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Make a connection here. Your backhand here is just for support, but you want to have that shoulder dropped away from your ear. Inhale, the crown of the head will reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press the elbow into the knee and begin to look back. The depth of your twist will follow the reach of your gaze. So the more you look towards that back corner of your mat, the deeper the twist that you'll find. And when you inhale, you can even reset. Reach your crown tall again. Exhale, find your depth. Inhale, reach tall again. Exhale, find your depth. And then inhale, bring everything back to the center. Maybe give a shake. Keep the left leg long, right knee comes in. Right arm comes behind you. Same thing on the other side. Reach the left arm up tall. Make a connection between your elbow and your knee. Stay here first. Inhale, reach through the crown. And then when you have the length of your spine, then as you exhale, press your elbow into your knee and find that back corner of your mat with your gaze. If you feel like you're getting any rounding or slouching in your back, just come back to the center. Inhale again. Find a new extension and then exhale. Maybe you'll have a deeper twist. Okay, one more time. Come back. Inhale, find your extension. Exhale, press and twist. Great. Inhale, come back. Maybe shake your legs out again. We started this class in Baddha Konasana, so I thought we could revisit it here. I'm going to turn towards you so it's a little bit easier to see. Just like we did when we started, we want to try and get the soles of our feet to meet each other. Your knees will fall to the ground. If you have gripping in your hips, you can always place something underneath your knees. If you can, maybe grab the undersoles of your feet and then just lift the chest up tall, lift the crown of the head up tall, drop the shoulders. Maybe close the eyes. And focus on letting those hips and knees fall farther towards the ground. Just take one more breath here. Okay, and the next inhale, we're going to prepare to begin a forward fold. Exhale, see if you have any depth here. Again, folding from the hip crease, the chest is reaching out and down. So we're not curling the back, we're just reaching forward. And as you reach forward with the crown of your head, you'll begin to feel the openness really come through on the backs of the hips, around towards the front of the hips. Find the depth that feels good for you today, and then just try and hold it there. And take a 2 or 3 deep breaths in and out through the areas that feel the most tight in your body. And you'll gradually begin to feel a little bit more space. Your chest might fall a little bit closer to the floor. One more breath. On an inhale, press through the feet, and then bring your knees together, bend your knees, wrap your hands around your shins, and gently just begin to roll onto your back. Open your feet out wide. Again, I'm going to try and find a pretty wide stance here so that my outsides of my feet are near the outsides of my mat. And then just let your knees fall to one side. Inhale, pick them up, let them fall to the other side. This is such a great quad, IT, maybe hip opener. With every inhale, they come up towards the ceiling, and with every exhale, they fall towards the side. Okay, one more to the other side. Inhale up, exhale, let them fall. And then inhale, come to center. Let's grab our feet. You can grab them for happy babies. So either grab them on the inside or the outside. Grab a shin, grab your quads, grab whatever's accessible to you, grab your ankles. And just like we started class, so the bottoms of your feet are kind of open towards the ceiling. We want to be pulling our knees in closer to our armpits. And then really try to work that tailbone, that lower back, so that it remains in contact with the mat. If your back is really curved and your knees are high, I would encourage you to drop your hands and allow that tailbone and that lower back to find a connection with the ground. And then as you begin to open your hips, you will begin to find the lower parts of your feet. And you can rock back and forth. And then on an inhale, bring your knees together, pull them in tight, maybe give yourself a last squeeze. And exhale, find Shavasana. Extend the legs out long, arms out long, roll your shoulders up and underneath you. Open the palms of your hands towards the ceiling and close your eyes. Stay here for as long as you need to, but if you're ready to move on with your day, you can begin to find some movement in your hands and your feet. Give yourself a big full body stretch. Reach your arms up tall. And roll over to one side, press up to a seat. Find any seated position. Place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, reach your shoulders up and down your back. Crown is tall. And just take one more breath here. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And thank you for practicing with me today. We'll see you next time. Yeah, you're a good girl. Did you have a good practice?